Hi guys! Jake and Marissa back again for more Power Rangers Dino Charge live reactions. So, today we are looking at the 11th episode of Power Rangers Dino Charge.
Snake Eyes.
This is a description of if you have 2 1s on dice, but I don't think that means 11. I think... do snakes have... Unless snakes have slits for eyes, I don't think they do. Do they? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we know that we intended to put out the 3 videos last week. We were doing the, Labor Day thing, and then we went to turn on the TV, and we're like, all right, we got this ready, we got that ready to record, and...
It didn't record. Oh God, it didn't record.
Where's the episode? Where's the episode? Oh.
There was no episode.
Oh, there was no episode.
Does anyone know what happened to Burgundy Ranger?
Yeah, I know he's still on Twitter, but he hasn't updated his site in months. The Power Rangers online airing schedule, airing central. I've checked that for years.
I don't tweet enough, so I didn't know actually.
Yeah. Anytime that I wanted to check online for schedules, I always
you've been our go-to, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure he has other things to do in life, but yeah, no, I was surprised when I went to check it. I'm like, oh, this hasn't been updated in quite some time. I hope everything's okay. But yeah, apparently there was a break for Labor Day, which by this point all of you probably already realized.
Where was that 3rd episode? Oh,
we were out of the country. We didn't double check schedules and things.
That's okay. I came down with the plague anyway.
Yeah, we were both a little sick coming off the honeymoon. I was sick for the first week.
They hand out wet wipes at every intersection on the ship, but it's still sort of a...
Yeah, a little bit. I was kind of sick.
Space.
I was sick for the first week back, and then you were sick for the second week.
That's because I used a wet wipe every time they gave it to me.
Well, so did I.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Every single time?
Every time they handed one to me, yeah. What did you think I would do? You think I went, no, I will not have that wet wipe. What do you think?
I don't know. Sometimes I was just passing through the restaurant, and I was like, I'm not even going to eat, but I took the wet wipe anyway.
Well, there wasn't always a person to offer a wet wipe.
I never went through the restaurant without being offered a wet wipe.
There wasn't always a person there. Like when I went to go get you something from there, there wasn't always a person there. Then again, sometimes I would pass through it when it wasn't always open, just trying to get to someplace else.
Oh, it wasn't open. There wasn't anyone there.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Thank you for bringing me the ice cream and the hate Coke.
Yes, you're welcome. She had.
I hate Coke.
Yes. But yeah, that was a
But as we covered before, no caffeine. Anyhow, so Snake Eyes episode
11.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants is over. Power Rangers is about to start.
You need to tell that to the DVR thingy because we've got it paused. And
well, yeah, but we haven't paused like 10 seconds before noon right now.
Okay.
And once we hit play, it'll go over to noon, and then we'll be good.
Okay.
But yes, I believe this is it's Breakout.
Something unfortunate seems to have happened to the sea in Nickelodeon.
It's getting its life in order, I guess. All right. So yes, we have the Nickelodeon logo thing. They do pre-show on the screen right now. So ready and go. DVR. There we go. Nickelodeon. Hey.
What? Everything keeps turning into metal and not metal and then metal again.
Hey, Power Rangers. I'm not going to say what the L in Nickelodeon looked like. That was very inappropriate. Dinosaurs are so trustworthy. It's a bomb! Now you know where we're synced. We're good. If you're following along and not just sitting around watching us and not watching Power Rangers on your own, which you can do too. Hopefully we give a...
Hopefully after having already watched the Power Rangers video, otherwise...
I don't know. Some people might just want to watch us without ever watching Power Rangers for some reason, just to confuse themselves.
They would be confused. They wouldn't know what we're talking about. I mean, you can kind of hear the audio, but you can't see anything.
Yeah. Sledge is not happy. What?
Really?
Really?
You can't use a Zord.
You can't use a Zord without it turning into a Megazord. That's not worthless. It's just less valuable.
Yeah.
Treasures of
The
Xandar.
treasures of Xandar are still here. The country hasn't, like, come to...
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
But
after they were on the
apparently
news pretending to be
were
their
hugging.
prince.
Wait, let's see. Flashback.
They're getting a lot of mileage out of this flashback.
Yeah. I'm amused that the prince doesn't have a name, but the knight does. Yeah, there we go. It's all shiny. Oh, okay. He gives the energem to the little spoiled prince. Hey!
It's Fury in a
fur coat.
In a fur coat. Why is
With a
Fury in a
hood.
fur coat?
To blend in with the bears.
What bears?
The bears of Europe. What you think? What you think that?
Well,
just
I don't know.
because
Just he's running
you think
around.
you think that American bears were born here? You don't think they came over fleeing bear persecution in Europe?
I want to know why he wasn't wearing a fur coat when we encountered him to blend in with the bears of America.
Oh, what you mean when he dealt with Riley?
Yeah.
This is the Power Rangers universe. You walk around as a monster, no one's gonna blink an eye.
Yeah, they will. They'll blink an eye. They'll be all like, where the f*** are the Power Rangers? Ding.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe it was a cold day.
And that is a well-made fur coat. Where did he find such a tailor that would make it... Look, all the fur is lined up nicely and...
Also...
No, but that would have to be made of multiple pelts.
It's also...
Why is he putting his sword against his bracer like this? This does nothing with medieval weaponry.
What happened next?
Well, who knows? It might have actually... I mean, it wouldn't protect against, a sword strike, but it might protect against something like a slash, or like a zapper thing, blast. Okay.
That could have been on, like...
Oh, hello. Limo. And
Coda really likes it up the tree.
He really does.
Okay, so are the Xandar people here finally...
Oh, yeah, I think so.
To be off over the fact that you pretended to be the prince on TV?
That guy's got a nice jacket.
I'll be glad when this exhibit is over, so we can lock up the stone of Xandar safe and sound in the base.
Why is it not a replica?
That was very loud. But yeah, this is a good question why they haven't swapped it out yet. What's happening?
We're taking the treasure home.
Excuse me.
Now.
I'm the museum director. Just what do you think you're doing?
I'm taking what belongs to me.
Hey, whoa, no, that's impossible, because he's belonging to the royal family.
Starting to get the picture, are we? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Prince Philip III of Xandar, the real prince. Unlike the imposters that have been masquerading around here.
Wow. So
Consequences!
that really is.
This is you two, isn't it?
I read this as a
Oh, it's a wonder anyone mistook you for
potential plot. I didn't realize it.
We mean no disrespect.
What would you know about respect? Look at you. Filthy, shoeless. Were you born in a cave?
Yes.
No, born on mammoth hunt. Mother could not make it home to cave. Want some?
That was delightful.
What makes this stone a legend?
Did you not notice the strikingly similar stone around the caveman's neck?
None of you are worthy.
Okay. So wow. The consequence is that they lose the exhibit, huh?
That should have been the consequence.
That is
That's why
appropriate.
I was surprised it was still going on, and I'm glad that there were some actual consequences. They lost the exhibit. I do have to wonder why Kendall did not put a replica on display anticipating
Yeah.
this.
We can't just like take the energy, can we?
It kind of is their national...
Oh,
Oh,
Vivix.
jeez!
Hey, Vivix.
This isn't good.
No, it's not. You guys messed up a bit. Hey, I love these little shuttlecraft that they have. It's actually really...
Do you think that...
Oh, nice! They have weaponry, yes. I like that they're actually, like, using the shuttlecraft for things. I am a fan of this.
Ay!
We may have an alpha figure.
Again, thank you, Dave.
Yes. Oh, you're having a bad day. Oh, snap.
Zordon, what do we do? Ah!
You're adorable.
I once dressed up as Alpha.
In the gym. I don't know what
Oh, he's got it in his pocket because... Yeah.
Go Current!
Nice. Nice to see Coda and Fury duking it out. We know that they had a history. Coda's the fastest to get there, apparently.
Well, of course he is.
But I do...
Lazy, modern people do not run and walk nearly enough.
This is true. They own cars, like Tyler owns a car that he did not bring here.
Point. But if they're on foot, of course Coda's gonna
Yes.
beat out.
And unmorphed. They probably should have morphed. I mean, it is always really cool when they fight unmorphed. Not gonna lie.
No, it's extra cool when Coda fights unmorphed because Go Yoshi.
This is true.
Using a
Hubcap.
hubcap.
Stinger shield. That was a bit of a weird explosion.
You're not escaping me this time. Come. Fury after you.
I like this. I wasn't expecting it to be a Coda episode.
You safe here.
I'm at a loss for words. After how I treated you, the insults. Why would you risk your life for me?
I am a noble savage.
Everyone has good on inside. Even mean prince. Like you.
I suppose I deserve that.
What? That's just a random boulder thing.
Which Coda will just randomly take instead of both of them ducking out of the way. Can you morph with that?
Finally, after 800 years, the gold
Wait.
is mine.
800 years.
Yeah, 800 years.
Yeah.
Glad you're finally catching on.
Well, no one else had at this point.
If anyone should.
So you're the monster that attacked Prince Colin 800 years ago?
Prince Colin.
Prince survived, but you'll be destroyed.
And Coda will be there in front of it when we come back from commercial.
Probably, yeah. Huh. This is interesting. I'm wondering what's going to end up happening with this Prince Philip dude, because I feel like...
Well, I'm almost starting to feel like the spirit of...
Kel? Kel Mitchell?
There's a possibility that the spirit of Gold Ranger inside will not be able to reincorporate into a human being, and Prince Philip will become the Gold Ranger.
Or, and this is another idea, what if Sir Ivan is still determined to protect the royal family?
And having the prince there makes Sir Ivan strong enough to bust forth.
Quite possibly. Let's see. But this whole thing with the royal family of Xandar actually being sort of a continuing thread is rather interesting.
Let's put it this way. The fact that the exhibit was still there mandates that. Like, if they hadn't done that, I'd have been disappointed. If the exhibit had just disappeared, I'd be all like, well, that's what you get for impersonating a prince.
Yeah, at the same time, I wouldn't have been terribly surprised because these things happen in Power Rangers.
Yes, but
I'm glad that they are addressing this better than they addressed that random lab.
It's more important for the Power Rangers to suffer the consequences of their actions than to explain where random labs came from.
This is true. That said, I still keep my fingers crossed that we'll find out what's going on with that random lab, and
because it teaches
also,
good lessons when you suffer the consequences of your actions.
This is very true.
And it is, at the heart of it, still a children's show.
Thank you so much.
I also look
and must teach good lessons to children. Like that you need to be nice to the bullies when an even bigger bully comes along, and protect them anyway.
So
even Mean Prince has good on side.
So you know what? I want to go back and revisit the episode that introduced the E-Tracer, because I think maybe I may have misinterpreted its use. Because I realized the coordinates told Fury not where the gold energem was, but where the Terrazord was.
Yeah, it finds Zords, not gems.
So in that case, it would make sense once they had already found the Ankylozord to move on to a different Zord. Because they can only search for Zords.
It's Minecraft Cheerios. Look, Minecraft.
Well, they were doing all sorts of games. You saw.
Yes,
saw
and I didn't
there.
give a until it was Minecraft. I enjoy Minecraft.
I know.
I wasn't talking to you.
I know. No, you won't, because Coda. Oh no! Everybody's saving the day with their Dinomorphers.
Don't worry, we got you.
You're not big on the secret identities, are you?
Yeah, we only impersonated you to get at him.
I'm a fool, but I'm fine. Fury has the gold energem.
And he just summoned the Terrazord. If he installs the energem into the Zord, he will have infinite energy.
Yeah.
Stop him first.
Yes, you do.
I've been developing a new Dino Charger that might finally give you and your Zord the edge you need against the Terrazord.
I'm on it. You guys follow Fury.
She's just chock full of Dino Chargers.
Go back to the road. To safety. Got it.
He won't. He wants to be helpful now.
What do we have here?
And now, what now? We were told in the comments what these are. What are these now?
These are apparently called spike balls.
Spike balls! So, Poisandra brought some spike balls.
Yeah. Yeah, which now that I see them again, and now
I see why they're called spike balls.
Well, yes. But now I do remember them from the early episodes on...
In the prison.
Yeah, in the prison. They're the prison guards.
Yep. Morphin time! I love how he leaves off the its, because he's a caveman.
Yeah. No, I think there was just a pause there.
No, he's just like, Morphin time!
I said, it's morphin time. There was a pause. We were just talking, because we're terrible.
Well, we talk over the Power Rangers all the time. That's what people tune in for.
Yes.
No, Sherlock!
Yeah, he's 4, and I'll give him a pass.
The Power Rangers do seem to be mostly American.
Yeah, he's from Europe. I'll give him a pass.
They never mess with the Europeans for some reason.
Not really. That would be interesting.
They do randomly mess with Asia now and then,
Yes.
but never Europe. Except for that one time where everyone was like, ah! In front of Big Ben.
What's his new Dino Charger do? Let's see. What was he breathing fire? Was that what it was?
But the Terrazord's gonna come back.
Don't worry. Kendall's new Dino Charger should solve
Okay.
that. Dino Charger.
What?
That is a, that Dino Charger...
What?
That new Chargy makes Rexy and Ankylozord.
No, it was a Brachiosaur.
A Brachiosaur.
That was really weird. But whatever works, I guess.
so confused.
By the neck thing.
Wait, how did the Brachiosaur come into this?
I don't know. I'm not sure if it was Brachiosaur or not, but that's an example of one type of...
You know the Brontosaurus is back?
Yeah, I heard that.
The Triceratops for a spin. They'll never expect it from you.
Okay. Sure.
I'm just gonna go fight mooks unarmed!
Okay, sure.
I don't even need a weapon!
That's what she just said.
I know! I'm mocking her. That's what I do.
They'll never see this coming while we're talking about doing it.
In front of everybody.
Oh, nice. No, he's not. He's using his random drill powers.
Oh yeah, because when the diggers go underground, that totally means they're running away. Not that they're gonna pop up under your feet!
Sometimes they're running away, but usually that's a monster.
Well, I was referring to Diggers, the zombie from Dystopia Rising.
Oh, okay.
Stay very still. They can't hear you, they won't pop up near you.
Yeah.
It's heavy. You're adorable. Okay.
I do like that the Dino Spike works in a modular style.
Yeah.
I wish they had thought to try that
Earlier.
Yeah, in that
But-
one episode where they were waiting on Tyler.
Well, we haven't seen them do a 4 combination. We've seen them do a 2 and a 3. Maybe 4 is just not a thing. In
Well,
which case,
still,
they
they
should have
could-
taken 1 off and done the 3!
They could have done the 3, yeah.
These are the game shakers.
Huh.
They're friends.
Who apparently live in New York City or some other system that uses a very similar subway
Oh,
signs.
we're talking about a commercial now. But yeah, did you see that? That's Cal Mitchell. He's back. Doing things on Nickelodeon again, apparently. Haven't seen him in a while.
Game Shakers premieres tonight, right after an all-new Henry Danger at 8 on Nickelodeon.
But yeah, I wonder what's going to happen with this.
Kids these days have
Prince
never
Philip
played
guy.
video games that look like this.
No, 8-bit games. Well, no, I don't know. Maybe on their phones.
Does your phone games look 8-bit? Because have you seen How to Train Your Dragon on the telephone?
Fair.
Can we take a picture?
No,
On September 20th.
I was thinking more so deliberately retro games.
Oh, well, aside from deliberately retro ones. What the?
No matter how creepy.
Yeah, this is Hotel Transylvania 2.
I would kind of like to see this. The first one was kind of cute.
Yeah, it was.
That being said, I'm still pissed off at Adam Sandler, so...
Any particular reason, or just for being Adam Sandler?
For being a racist nugget.
It's not for being Adam Sandler.
Like on a banana bread, Sneaky Sally, and
What?
Sexy Sunday, and all these stores like Homer's, stationery.
What?
International
What are
Food.
these? Shop what?
Shopkins.
Shopkins.
Roxy Ring, the rarest
They are literally anthropomorphizing everything.
No, they have basically anthropomorphized shopping into these little shopkins, which you need to collect. By shopping!
That is like Inshoption. That's crazy.
Yes, let's...
Wow, that is genius.
That is blind consumerism 101 for small girls.
That is like, I think, the purest form of consumerism I've ever seen.
Did you see that? And I think they're
amazing.
blind boxed. They must be blind boxed because...
Because they hide.
No,
in the
blind
boxes.
box is when you buy
Yeah,
it
no,
and
no,
you don't
I
know
know.
what's in it.
I know what you mean.
And because they showed you the diamond ring and told you it was the rarest of them all. So if they have rarities, then they must be sold blind box.
That's amazing. That is
Because all little
genius
girls
right
apparently
there.
want a tiny plastic diamond ring with a face on it.
Well,
because
it's your
it's the-
friend. They've anthropomorphized it. It wants to be purchased.
Everything in the store wants to be
Stationery wants to be purchased now.
purchased. Little pieces of
Did you
scissors
see
with
that?
tiny scissors.
Did you stationery?
At the stationery store.
You-
No, see, I think each of the different stores is a different collection of blind box. So
Yeah,
if you go to
yeah.
stationery, you'll get something from the stationery store, but you don't know what.
I guess it's all
Like, you could get the scissors, you could get the stapler, you could get the Post-it notes, but they're tiny plastic ones with faces on them!
red swing line stapler.
I have a red swing line stapler. I'll bring it to
do,
work when
don't
I have
you?
my own cubicle, but right now
Yeah.
I'm still training.
Barbie is...
Can I
having
say
a
I've never
movie.
really felt so fulfilled in my career as I did until I started... I'm in IT.
Yeah.
But I've never felt so fulfilled in my career until I started doing IT for a hospital.
Fair.
I mean, I know the American healthcare system is completely borked, but the people that I work with day in and day out actually give a crap about the patients. You know, because it's, you know... You drive into work and you see, you know, orderlies walking to work with their backpack on
Yeah.
and stuff like that. These people give a...
Right.
You know, everybody's sitting there at IT, you know, most people at IT don't give a
Right.
about anything at all.
Right.
But there are people there who give a
Right.
like, we gotta get that system back up. It's affecting patient care.
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't affect patient care, if it's just affecting the doctors, they're just like,
Sorry, this is back.
sorry about the TV in your break room. Meh.
Yeah.
The patients! Have to help the patients, though.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Push.
Power Rangers. I'm almost out of my contractually obligated Bulbadoo.
Yes. Because her glass is bulbously shaped and it's full of Mountain Dew, we call it Bulbadoo. That's the term for when she wants a drink of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, hey, sweetheart, can I get Bulbadoo?
Bulbadoo.
Bulbadoo. But my Bulbadoo is
Ooh,
Bulba empty.
ooh, look.
The knight is ripping himself out. No!
No, but he can't tell you. Wow.
Well, you know, maybe he needed his gem, too.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Everyone's been forcibly demorphed by the shock.
Yeah.
That's not your dad.
What? You're not my dad?
No, he's not.
I am Sir Ivan, Knight of Xandar.
The Knight of Xandar?
Yeah.
This should be to the surprise of absolutely no one.
That's impossible.
Prince, I am here to save you.
It's my turn to morph.
Oh, he knows the term morph.
I have my energem back. Ooh.
Ooh. Nice.
I love his suit! No Sherlock!
Oh, instead of being a blaster, it's a
Tiny crossbow on his arm.
yeah.
Nerf, get on it.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen him in the
Also,
store?
hun, look. He's got
He's got
little
wings. That's what he said. I love his suit.
Yeah.
And he's got the terra crest out the top. Looks a little like a cockatiel, but I'm okay with that. Ah, he can fly!
Yes, he can.
Well,
I'm
flapping on video.
I like his dramatic tone of voice as well. It's very enjoyable. Nice. Nice. I'm digging. Oh, poor Kirio.
They did look like they were doing the pee-pee dance, though.
Whoa, look, he went full on skeleton electrocution there.
So did they. Cartoon
Yeah.
skeleton.
Yeah.
Is that gonna happen every time he hits someone with that? Because I could get used to that. I can see why you told me before the Gold Ranger is not gonna be like all the time, right?
No, he's the official Sixth Ranger.
Oh, really? He's gonna hang out with it. Did you see
Xandar
that?
Thunder!
Did you see that? Did you see that? The word!
Xandar Thunder!
The word! Great.
Wait.
Now all I can think about is playing Super Smash Brothers. PK Thunder! PK Thunder! PK Thunder!
Magma Beam!
And wanting to murder whoever decided to play Lucas.
Just magma beam to spike ball. Now,
Megazord, no. This quest is mine. Wait, stop. The Terra Charge Megazord is evil.
Not for long.
yeah, no, it's his now.
Terra Charge Megazord, activate.
Nice.
Your evil spell is broken. Let our duel begin.
I like this guy.
Me too.
He's got. He's.
The Knight of Xandar shan't run from a battle.
And I can see it, just like they said in the comments.
What?
I can see the difference between his American costume and his Sentai costume.
I know. I was about to point that out to you too.
We do read your comments.
Yes.
They told me it would be more apparent in his, and it is, because I
really
can
is.
see it.
It's a different shade of gold. You're so happy now that you can finally spot it, aren't you? Oh, you are hamming it up hard, dude, and I'm loving that.
Sir Ivan, hi, I'm Shelby. Welcome to our century.
You will like it here. I show you burgers. Prince Philip, why are you still here?
Sire, I am at your service. This belongs to the royal family.
Can you morph without this?
Do you know me? I know the royal blood of Xandar when I see it. I've spent my entire life faithfully protecting your family. So you truly are. Sir Ivan the Knight of Xandar. And the monster did not destroy you. No. He captured me. For 800 long years. Only when aided by the power of that stone could I finally escape.
It isn't just a stone. It's an energem.
They have more power than you can ever imagine.
Millions of years ago, 10 energems were lost. We've only found 5 so far.
The Stone of Xandar is the 6th.
The energem is yours to use as you will.
I have goosebumps.
Trust that I will use it to make the kingdom proud.
Do a little bit. It's good times.
I am humbled by your bravery and courage. Thank you.
I'm still wondering how he didn't notice Koda's, because Koda had his
Cover the remaining 4 energems safely.
on his thong outside his shirt before.
Well, where are you going?
Where? I have been captive for 800 years. It matters not what path I take, so long as it is the path that I have chosen.
I'll show up again with this monster.
Give them some space.
Yeah.
He's enjoying something he hasn't felt in a long, long time. Freedom.
Yeah, that's a really nice excuse for him to be independent.
Yeah.
We often do not have very good excuses for
That's what I
this.
said. He'll show up again when there's a monster.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to hang out with you guys and have you guys direct his life and show him how it works because he's been a prisoner for 800 years.
It's legit.
Let the man have some space.
That's legit.
Although you might want to hand him a 20 before he goes.
Yeah, you're probably gonna want to at least keep a bit of an eye on him. Coda and him, I think, are gonna.
I think they're gonna be great
pair.
buddies.
Oh, I love.
I want to caveman and knight.
And I feel also like this isn't the last that we'll see of Prince Philip.
I hope not. I
Yeah.
kind of enjoyed him as a character, and I'm kind of looking forward to the rest of these. I mean, maybe the rest of these Rangers are also from different time periods. That would be awesome. Like, what
We
if you
don't-
find
we
the
don't-
Aqua Ranger and
Yeah.
he's like from
Yeah,
Victorian era?
We have no idea what Aqua is from. And that's actually a really clever idea, isn't it?
I would love to see the rest of those Rangers also be from other time periods.
Yeah.
Like some guy in a Victorian waistcoat, kind of like an H.G. Wells type.
Yes, yes.
I would love to see an H.G. Wells type Ranger.
I think that like when I first saw the original...
That's why they can't find the Aqua Ranger, because he's not presently in this time. He has to get in his time machine and come forward.
That would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I am interested in seeing what they end up doing with the Aqua Ranger. But yeah, I remember when I first saw the casting notices for Dino Charge, and it said, the Blue Ranger was going to be a caveman and the Gold Ranger was going to be a knight. And I'm like, how is this going to work?
I'm out of my contractually obligated Bulbadoon.
Oh, okay. And this whole thing where, it preserves your age, and they've been, lost for 65 million years.
That gives us a lot of time to play with.
It really does. And it gives you a lot of opportunity for stories that I didn't really think through before. The idea that, maybe the Rangers aren't necessarily finding all the Energems themselves. Other people find the Energems, become Rangers, have their own adventures,
and get
all
frozen
throughout
in
history.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, what are the odds that throughout this time only 2 of them have been picked up?
Yeah, exactly.
And then 5 suddenly in the current era.
Right.
I think it would be much more interesting if a bunch more of these had been picked up throughout time, and we got these...
Well, actually, it's not even 5 in the current era, because Koda's was 65 million years ago.
True facts.
Or, not 10,000 years ago. 10,000 years ago. So really, it was...
And also,
Chase's
was bouncing around an antique shop.
Yeah, exactly. So really, it's the first Rangers that we see are really, in some ways, the last Energems to be found. Because they were still... One? The green one was in a raptor skull. Remember, right off of Riley's farm.
All right. Well, that one was also found pretty recently.
Yeah, that one was found pretty recently. Red was found still with the Tyrannosaurus. Pink was among other fossils.
Oh no, right, because those 3 were the only ones that weren't Rangers when we started.
Yeah.
Because we started with Koda and Chase.
Exactly.
Koda from the past, and Chase, who had been bouncing around a curio shop, which...
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he is currently quite modern, would place the discovery of that one sometimes at least as far back as the 70s.
And even Pink had already been discovered by the Dinosaur Museum because it was in a crate.
Right.
So really, Red and Green were like...
The most recent finds.
The only ones that were still with their fossils.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that those 2 were both found on the same day is basically the most...
But it wasn't necessarily the same day, though. Because Green didn't show up in the first episode.
That's true. The timeline of that was a little... Well, the first and second episode were basically the same day. But we also don't know exactly the timeline between him finding his Energem
and deciding to drive to the Dinosaur Museum.
Yeah, so it may have been, it may have been a few days difference, but they were the closest.
With as awkward as his family is, it could have been a few months difference, where he found the thing, and that was just the first time he could get away from them.
I don't think it was quite to that extent. It didn't.
I'm just saying, there's always the possibility.
There's the possibility. I would be more likely to believe that it was maybe a few days.
You're not going until the weekend.
But yeah, we know that Aqua's been found. And so there's still 3 out there. Mm-hmm. Where we have no clue.
Oh yay, he says I'll certainly see what I can do.
Yeah. What?
The photographer.
Oh, nice. There was a photo in black and white that we'd like to have in color, so
particularly because we'd like to share it with you guys.
Yeah, it was nice from our wedding.
It's an action shot.
Yeah, we have a nice action shot. You'll see when we'll post up pictures. It'll be good. But yeah, as far as the actual episodes, outside of just conjecture
this
over
chimed during the show.
Oh, okay. Outside of just conjecture over what's going on with the Energems.
But that's what makes me excited.
The episode itself was pretty good.
No, it was solid. It actually built on previous things that happened.
Yeah.
It made sense in context.
Yeah.
It didn't have any bizarre left field things like where the hell did this lab come from and why are children playing giant chess?
Yeah.
Which I don't think we're going to let them live that down until they explain it.
This is true. I enjoyed that episode.
We're going to continue bringing that up as a case of what the Power Rangers.
I enjoyed that episode. It was fun. But I would really like some context for that. I know we'll never get context from those kids. I'm sure we'll never get.
Do you know what I
context from those
noticed
kids.
watching our videos, the last
What?
two?
Yeah.
My head is so much bigger than yours.
Because I'm always reclining and you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm chillaxing.
Let me get back here.
Why? What, you want me to have the giant head now? Is that what needs to happen? Okay. Anyway.
And I'm just a city-uppy kind of person.
Yeah. I like to recline.
I don't recline when I'm talking to people. I sit up and talk to people.
Anyway.
This is why I'm in entertainment.
But yeah, we had a nice little character arc with Philip. We got some nice bit of,
I enjoy Coda.
yeah, Coda got to be... I do like when... it's,
So a lot of people were carrying the idiot ball today, though.
minorly. Not too much.
How did the Prince of Xandar, who is into the Xandar thing so big, not notice the fact that Coda had on an almost identical but blue jewel hanging around his neck on the outside of his shirt?
Wasn't paying attention to him. He's beneath notice. And later there was too much chaos going on.
Well, later it was inside his shirt. In the museum, it was outside his shirt. When he got...
And when he encountered him in the museum, he considered him basically beneath notice.
True, but you'd think he would have actually noticed that and been all like, and excuse you with the replica thingy.
I'd say that's a pretty weak complaint, though.
And the prince being surprised that it was the knight coming out of the... And how many times did he have to be convinced it was the knight?
It didn't take too many times. Well, nobody knew what happened to the knight, so he assumed that the knight had been destroyed.
True.
And so all of a sudden he sees this thing come out of the monster, and he's like, "Wait, is that? Are you really? What?"
Well, and the fact that that monster had already attacked during the other thing. It looks like the art. How did he not put two and two together about that being the monster before this?
Oh, what? That Fury was the monster?
Or at least related to the monster. He looks just like the painting.
True. Well, also, hun,
Yeah.
none of the Rangers put it together either. So I'm gonna assume...
That's why I'm saying idiot ball.
Yeah, nobody put it together, and I assume that image was mostly just there as an Easter egg for us to figure out. Nobody seemed to have a really good idea of what the monster looked like.
Well, that's because he wears a really, really weird fur coat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing, is you make a fur coat out of
He's
that.
got fangs and glowy eyes. Oh yes, it must be Fury, because he's the only monster in the past 800 years to have fangs and glowy eyes in this universe where, we've had 20 years of monsters with fangs and glowy eyes.
Silly little girl. Monsters aren't real.
That lady. I don't know what world she's living in. She's not living in that one. So yeah, even the things where it's like people not putting two and two together are still it's still well within Power Ranger bounds. Like it's like
I've been spoiled by RPM.
yeah, but even that, it's like they did. You're complaining that these people didn't notice fairly small details. It's like you didn't notice what that guy was wearing around his neck. You didn't notice the similarities between this thing and...
The big honking energem around his neck is not a little detail. By the way, have you seen Etsy has already exploded with those?
Oh yeah, I know.
You want an energem necklace? You can get one.
I'm just saying. It's not that he necessarily... I wouldn't expect the guy to really notice it much. Especially since it's not the right color, and for all he knows,
somebody is making. By the way, it's not Nerf, but somebody is actually making foam dart shooting.
Terra Charger?
No,
not
Morphers. I think Bandai.
Yeah.
Is making foam
I believe
dart
that.
shooting.
Yeah.
As I've seen them they're in the Power Rangers just across the aisle from Nerf at Target.
Okay.
And I was looking
at
at
Target in a while.
them the other day, and they have the Dino blasters.
Foam darts. Yeah, the
with
Dino Charge
they
morphers.
shoot suction cup darts, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen those.
And I still think that Bandai needs to partner up with Nerf because they make much better blasters, and also, there's a blaster in every Power
I don't know.
Rangers.
It
And
might be.
people-
It might be a Bandai Nerf thing. They can't. I don't know.
I don't know, but Nerf and Marvel got their set together. You
Fair enough,
can now
good
get
point.
a Hawkeye licensed. They're about this big, so they're for small children.
Yeah. The little
Hawkeye licensed
Yeah, I've seen those.
Nerf bow, and
Nerf
there's
bow and arrow.
there's a child size with a mask licensed Nerf Guardians of the Galaxy blaster,
Yep.
and an adult size with
Yeah.
paint detail Guardian of the Galaxy blaster. There's also the Nerf Captain America shield, which shoots 2 darts off of it for whatever reason. And the Nerf Mjolnir.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say at this
Power
this
Rangers
stage,
needs to get with Nerf. Why is this not happening?
I'd say doubling back on some character stuff. I'd say at this stage, things are actually pacing out pretty well for every one of the. There's 10 Energems, 10 Rangers. Every one of them to get some degree of character focus and development. Like we know that Aqua's already out there. So whenever they are eventually introduced, they'll be introduced with their own set of backstory that'll be established with them having been a ranger for a while. It's generally presumed that Kendall will become a ranger eventually, so she's already gets a character arc before becoming a ranger.
Was she gonna be purple?
That's the assumption. And then we still have 2 more, and that's only 2 more rangers to be introduced over the course of 30 more. About 30 more episodes. So we're
Oh, so the rest of them are not getting introduced until Super Dino Charge?
I'm assuming that they. I don't know who will be introduced by the end of this season and who will be introduced in the next season.
Oh, so when you say 2 more, you mean the 2 that we haven't... Sorry.
Yeah, 2 more characters. I mean,
So that would be what? Graphite and
Silver.
Silver.
Yeah. And even them.
And we still don't have Orange?
No, there's no orange in this one. I know. I've complained about this to you like 50 times.
I'm slow.
It's okay. I'm like, they have a gray and a silver, they have a blue and an aqua, but they don't have orange?
Hey, that's our wedding.
But
We had a blue and an aqua, but we did not have an orange.
well, that's true. But that was because we were going with Ranger colors, and so we didn't have an orange. Although, technically, Tokuger has an orange Ranger. But, well, who knows
But we weren't doing...
Yeah, we weren't doing Sentai, we were doing Power Rangers. But who knows if Tokuger is even going to be adapted into the next Power Rangers season. From what I gather, Judlin is more interested in ninjas than trains.
Truck Not Monkey?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, so it's entirely possible we'll end up getting a Ninja instead of Tokuger, but who knows? It really depends on I think how Ninja does over the course of this year. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up on their toy sales, but I know that I believe Tokuger actually did fairly well because Japanese kids love trains more than American kids.
Well, that's because the Japanese train system works a lot better than ours, and so people who are not living in New York City actually ride them.
Yeah, exactly. So
We have major metropolitan areas with subway systems, and then, people on commuter lines for the major metropolitan areas, but intercity travel on trains is not really a thing in the United States because we do not have ultra-speed rail.
Yeah. And, for all we know, some of the Ranger, for all we know, Graphite and Silver could be introduced in different ways, where, they could be a background character for a while or something before they become a Ranger or something like that.
Well, somebody mentioned in the comments that Shoe Boy has an aqua shirt.
Yeah, I've got some assumptions on who might be the identities for some of these Rangers.
I still want to see H.G. Wells the Ranger.
I've got no current assumption on
I mean,
Aqua.
H.G. Wells, the agent, the warehouse agent, worked out really well.
Yes, I know. Marisa likes Warehouse 13.
And H.G. Wells.
H.G. Wells specifically as a character in Warehouse 13.
And H.G. Wells.
Yes. and as the
Do I not have a giant leather-bound
yes,
works of
and
H.G.
also
Wells
the
over there
real
on the shelf?
person of H.G. Wells.
That's why it's like H.G. Wells. You're like, oh, yeah, the character. No, H.G. Wells, the author, the
Yes,
the
yes,
literature.
that's fair,
I
that's
very
fair.
much enjoy it.
I thought you were just providing added emphasis. I'm sorry.
No.
But no, I've got some predictions on what I think might end up being the deal with Graphite and Silver. I don't know what's going to happen with Aqua, and we already have some assumptions on what's going to happen with Purple. Although one thing, I don't want to give too much away.
If you have spoilers, shut your mouth.
Yeah. I'm not going to give too much away. So there could be even more complexities going on with how these energems are distributed. Who knows? But it'll be interesting finding out. And as far as Sir Ivan, even though we didn't get too much of him,
I enjoyed him.
I got a big kick out of him. I really liked the big.
I still think someone
ham.
should have slipped him some, modern currency before he wandered off into the world.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of shenanigans in the next episode.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna pull a
He's gonna
facsimile.
He's gonna try and slay a car. You know he's gonna try to slay a car.
That's what I said. I feel like he's gonna have some facsimile problems.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Where he gets obsessed with Cinnabons.
No, I mean just like at least Coda knows what he doesn't know.
True.
The knight doesn't know what he doesn't know.
We also don't know.
We don't know what Coda got into when he first defrosted, because we missed that story.
Right, exactly. But we also don't know how much
he was observing from inside of Fury.
Exactly. Fury's been around for 800 years. He's had Ivan inside of him for 800 years. Ivan seemed to have some degree of awareness from inside Fury. So, like he knew to summon the Terra Charger, he knew the word morph.
We don't know that because it has been a thing before, that a
Automatic
certain
knowledge.
info dump does come with being a Power Ranger.
This is true.
And if anything was going to be part of that info dump,
Yeah,
the
that's
word morph would be in there.
fair. Yeah, probably. Not always, but probably. But yeah, I'll be interested in seeing more of what the deal is with Sir Ivan, Knight of Xandar. And I think the whole Xandar Thunder thing, I believe that was actually, and I'd
It
forgotten
looked like
this.
a comic book.
Well, I think that was actually the name of his attack in Sentai. So that's
So
where
that's
they
why
got
they
the
got the
name
name Knight of
Xandar, which is
Xandar.
really clever.
That is clever. That is super clever. So,
Assuming, of course, he didn't have the same backstory. I
so
don't
the
know.
Xandar Thunder thing was Sentai.
I would need to double check it.
Oh.
No, I don't want. We
No,
don't want
see, if
Alvin
it's
and
doing
Chipmunks
that,
playing.
then we're almost to half.
Well, keep in mind we also had it paused for a while.
I'm just
before
saying
that.
we don't want to run out of
Run out of tape. Yeah, I know.
tape.
No, we still good. We still got like 20 minutes left.
Okay.
On this thing. Not that we're going to talk for another 20 minutes, but yeah, no, we're doing fine.
Yeah, the Chipmunks started auto playing.
Yeah.
It was like, you can't pause me for this long.
No. But yeah, I'll have to look up a little bit because I believe that the Gold Ranger had a similar story in Kyoryuger.
But I'm sure he was like a samurai.
I think he may have been a former Ronin or something like that.
Ronin would be a samurai without a master.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, so the prince part was out.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not certain. I would have to look it up. I think he may have been a samurai. He may have also been European, but I don't think so. Because there were some European.
Well,
Rangers.
the other one does have the Burger Ranger, so.
Well, yes. The Ninja right now does have Star Ninja, which is amazingly what?
Isn't he kind of blue?
Star Ninja?
Golden blue.
Golden blue. Yeah.
All right.
He's got a similar color scheme to
Dude,
Antonio.
you just need to take a little clip of that, okay? And use it in Dino Charge, okay?
Yeah.
For some dream sequence fantasy of Coda's.
Where Coda morphs using a burger. Oh, that's cute.
Didn't he just...
Yeah.
You're going to like it here. I will show you burgers.
Oh, Coda. But yeah, no, Ivan, I really like Ivan's overdramatic voice. It's that I get a big kick out of that.
It sounds like someone trying too hard at LARP, but
He reminds me a bit of Silverbolt from Beast Wars. You remember Silverbolt?
Yes.
Yes. You see what I mean?
Yes.
I really...
I also always imagined Silverbolt being a little older.
He's fair.
But it's hard to tell with Beast Wars characters.
Well, he was sort of a naive character because he didn't...
Yeah, but there was always sort of a Don Quixote feeling for me.
Yes, this is true.
Which would be older.
That is true. But it was more, but in this case it was more because he was so young as opposed to being older. But yeah, with so I'm looking forward to some fun things with Ivan. They've made Coda work very well as the caveman, and I feel like they could do similar things with Ivan as a knight. Have a lot of fun with him, being the whole fish out of water business. From a very different perspective.
But also, we're seeing him do it. Like, we missed Coda's adjustment.
Yeah, exactly.
And I am amused to see, because I feel like there could be some Eximily hijinks here.
Yeah, and you know what? I realize now why they skipped Coda's adjustment.
Because
is so that
you didn't want to do the same story
it.
twice.
But they still wanted to have more than one fish out of water. But yeah, I'm really wondering how long Aqua's been out and about. Which would also, because Aqua's an independent ranger, would explain why Aqua would be more independent, that they might come and go later on when they are introduced. They're just used to it. Mm-hmm. I'm very curious what they've been up to.
You'd have to wonder what they're feeling about someone else having a hold of their Zord.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna take
Which is
their
just
Zord
the
back,
part where I'm wondering, where is Aqua and why are they not complaining about, excuse you?
Well, we also don't know if
you jacked my ride!
We also don't know if they've morphed yet.
There is always that.
Like, we don't know what is going on with Aqua. Aqua is just this sort of mystery.
Aqua could have bonded with their gem, but not yet.
But not yet had reason to morph.
Because the first morph does seem to happen under traumatic circumstances.
Yeah. Or they may be... it could be something like they live in New York City and... Oh, you know what would be great?
Like, this doesn't even faze me. I got mugged last week.
No. Like a vigilante Power Ranger. Like, and when I say vigilante, I mean, like, actually, like, street-level crime fighting, like, living in New York City kind of Power Ranger.
And no one would bat an eye at that, especially if you hung around Times Square now and then taking pictures with small children.
But yeah.
Have you been to Times Square?
It's pretty hectic.
You will run into at least 3 Elmos.
Probably. But yeah, that could be a really fun idea. There's the more that we're getting into the search for the Energem, the more I'm realizing how much story they've really left open, which is very clever. I was afraid it was going to be very much more of just, okay, we find it and then there's a ranger. We find it and then there's a ranger. But it's looking like it is more complicated than that.
Yeah, it's not like the Overdrive Scavenger Hunt.
Yeah. Where everything happens in a distinct order. Things are not happening so much in order. It's, we get a lead, everybody jumps on that lead. But we don't
necessarily get to the conclusion before we run into something else.
Yeah. And I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm assuming the next episode is going to be focused on Ivan assimilating into modern day.
I hope so. Or we won't see Ivan for an episode or 2.
I doubt it.
Let's put it this way. The next time we see Ivan, I expect that story.
Yeah, I'm expecting that to be the next episode, because I feel like
sometimes Power Rangers does the thing where, Ivan will disappear for an episode and...
Yeah, but I feel like they wouldn't do that right after his introduction. Like, he just morphed for the first... You don't introduce a new Ranger and then not have them in the next episode, generally speaking.
Your mother.
The kids want to see the new Shiny.
I like the new Shiny can fly.
He can fly. Those little wings are...
It kind of reminds me of Vita.
Oh, with her fairy wings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that is fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with him. And seeing where the story goes from here, because they don't have an E-Tracer anymore.
I don't know why they can't build a new one.
They didn't have the materials, apparently. I don't know.
Oh, please! Shelby built it! Without Kendall's input, which means the materials...
No, they worked together on it.
Not originally.
Yes, they did. She said she came up with the idea, and then they worked together to build it. And they had said that they didn't have the materials to replace it. They have said that.
It's been months. Requisition something, Kendall.
It's been a hiatus for months.
All right.
It was destroyed 2 episodes ago. Oh wait, 3 episodes ago. But still, it was Fury took the charger. It was destroyed, and Fury took the charger at the end of episode 8.
Okay.
And just now it's the episode. So now that the gold energem has been retrieved, they're going to have to figure out what to do to continue their search. The E-Tracer.
Well, maybe they'll.
business
Well,
is
the
gone.
E-Tracer. The E-Tracer found Zords. Maybe their next thing will find gems.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah,
Or maybe after discovering this about Xandar, they'll hit the history books.
they might. Like I feel like the next one they're going to be mostly distracted by shenanigans with Ivan, and then they'll jump back into the actual search.
You know what I want right now?
What?
A burger.
A burger.
And I blame Coda.
Fair enough. All right. We've probably
We've talked your ear off enough for today.
yeah.
We will
But
continue
you know what?
yammering at you again
It was
when
a
the
big
next episode happens.
We got a new ranger. It's a big deal. Major arc business going on. We got a big kick out of it. But we'll see where the story goes from here. Enough conjecturing, and we'll catch you guys next time. So until then, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. Xandar Thunder!
Burger.